So, is Lagos a place of confusion?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Lagos is a place of. How many of you agree that Lagos is a place of confusion? Okay, how many of you agree that they go back there? It's often said that when you arrive at other states, they tell you, welcome to River State. When you get to Lagos, they say, this is Lagos. So, this is where it all started. Freedom Park. Lesson number 1. Don't go to Freedom Park when it's celebration. If you go to Freedom Park when it's celebration, don't sit beside David Madegorori. And lesson number 3, if you happen to sit beside David Madegorori, don't open your mouth and discuss with him. Just keep quiet. I'm here today because we're just having, we're sharing a glass of wine, like I said. And he talked about, we're talking. And I just started, and I think she was there, she was there. And we just said, and I was saying, really, what is Lagos? Does Lagos have a DNA? Is Lagos defined? One person said Lagos is confusion. The other person said Lagos is barbarian. Really? Who and what is Lagos? And that's the origin of the keynote that you have today and the theme. We want to thank Theo Lawson. Coincidentally, Theo Lawson was my senior in school in Gobi College. In Gobi College, once you're senior, it's always a senior. So I still call him Senior Theo. There were good seniors and there were bad seniors. Unfortunately, Senior Shiro was one of the bad seniors. I can still get punished for that. So, the city called Lagos, Nigeria's Lagoon City, leading the NI and Nepal, is the world's 6th mega city. In 1995, there were 10 million people. It's played a pivotal role in Nigerian economy, especially when it remains a commercial center. Gross domestic product, 26.7 of Nigeria's total GDP. More than 50% of the non-oil GDP. And I regret that the government is not here and I'm not going to listen to this. And then from his global ranking of 31st, I beg your pardon, in 1985, he jumped to, I think, 6th. In 1985, he exploded to 13.4 million to become the world's 6th mega city and Africa's most urban center and hub of national, regional, and global social, economic, and political activity. Yet, we are still questioning Lagos DNA. What is the consistency of Lagos DNA? Let's find out. Right now, Lagos, okay, give it back. Go back. Right now, the city of Lagos is over 220 million inhabitants, largest city south of the Sahara. That's the next slide. Here on the latest island, it's characterized by high-rise structures in some places, dilapidated buildings, slums, and wholesale markets. How many of you have seen the center of it is in Agege or somewhere? That's right. They must show the Lekki Lake Bridge. And I'm going to tie it together for you. What has architecture got to do with communicating Lagos? Brazilian style architecture, although we're seeing less and less of that. I remember when we were growing up, my mom used to take us to Lagos and we used to see Brazilian style architecture. And Mama, you remember the days of Rejon in Lagos. I remember the days of Ayo. And we would sit in one of those homes And we will observe and watch. Next slide. Okay, well, varying from tropical and vernacular to colonial European, you know about this and me. Next slide. Now, what is a brand? And many of us use this word loosely. A brand refers to a business and marketing concept that helps people identify a particular company, product, or individual. West African Ceramics came and they told us what a brand is all about. Brands are intangible, which means you cannot actually touch or see them. They have more to do with perception. They have more to do with word of mouth. They have more to do with reputation than anything else. If you travel to New York, the first thing you get in the cab driver asks you, first time in New York, has that happened to you? That's the first thing he's going to ask you. First time in New York. And then if you dare say no or yes, he will begin to reel where you must visit. You know that? So you must visit the Empire State Building. You must go to the Statue of Liberty. You know, it's almost as if they train them to market the city of New York. So, as such, they help shape people's perception of companies, the product, or individuals. Brands only use identifying markers. Identifying markers, which is where the nexus, you see the nexus now between architecture and communicating brand names. To help create, please come back. To help create brand identities within the marketplace. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. Next slide, let me take it faster. Alright, what is communication? It's a process of transmitting information and understanding from one person to another. Through this process, two or more exchange ideas and understanding. While communication is a strategic communication process that builds mutually beneficial relationships between organizations and their publics. Next one. So, Mama, again, you remember this. See Paris and what? That was brand communication. See Paris and die. In those days of our parents, anywhere you travel to, this is how to America, you must go to Paris. Because when you see it, you will die. Literally, it was a city of love. It was a city of romance. It was a city of wine. It was a city of just being shaken. And they were able to effectively communicate that with a symbol known as what? The Eiffel Tower. Next slide. Many of us have not been to Dubai, but we know about Burj Khalifa. Am I right? Do you know about Burj Al Arab? Dubai has taken over from cities like Paris as the wonder of the world. I mean, when you go there, you ask yourself if these things are man-made. I've seen a man-made beach in Dubai. And every day you go to Dubai, you see something completely new. Something like a wonder. What are they trying to communicate? Next slide. This is Lagos. Yes. Or let me say, was Lagos. Yeah. Many of you probably did not grow up to see this. If you notice, people were driving on the wrong side of the street at this time. This was a symbol of Lagos. The fountain. That was an icon of Lagos. And in those days, you used to walk there, married. And then I couldn't get of what the marina was. Because when you want to propose to your girlfriend, you go to the marina. You know, before any boys came, you go to the marina. You walk down the marina. And I think Governor Fashola tried to recapture some of that by re-urbanizing the place, but I'm not sure how much that has worked. And in those days, they had a song that they used to sing. I think something like Lagos is too far, I don't care. Because when we needed to speak, when we needed to engage, when we needed to communicate, there were places we went to. Next slide. Next slide. This is the new Tinubu Square. Not many of us recognize it. How many of you have driven past Nnamdi Azikiwe in the last 3 months? You couldn't do anything. Go past there. You still go there. You still go?
Every Sunday I must go.
Oh, because you go to church around there. But this is it. Do you recognize this statue? How many of us recognize it? Who is that? Who the square was named after. Remember, we were talking about communicating the DNA of Lagos. P.S., are you listening to me? What are we saying? What is Lagos? There's a building beside the opposite net. How many of us do that building? The original State House Marina. That was where Nnamdi Azikiwe used to live. So many things. Well, this is Lagos. This is supposed to be a 5-star hotel, and things happen. So I'm talking about that building. It is opposite net. That was the residence. That was the Aso Rock Villa in Lagos. That was where the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria stayed. How many of us know that? Recognize that building? Very few of us. Sorry?
Lugard was there as well.
Lugard, no, Lugard, that was the residence of Lugard. And in those days, Flora Nnamdi Azikiwe used to host. How many of us recognize that? The background. Okay, next slide. Of course, we still recognize this. It is still there. This is one of the icons of Lagos. Next slide. The mosque on Nnamdi Azikiwe, another icon of Lagos. Next slide. This is supposed to be the Badagry Heritage Museum. It doesn't look this good anymore. Because I think I visited somewhere back. It doesn't look good. Not this good. It's in a very bad shape. Very, very bad shape. Next slide. National Arts Theatre. And those of us who are old enough when this building was opened in 1977. Festac 77. We remember that song. Festac 77. 77 is here. Festac 77. 77 is here. Then we can. I'm glad that the CBN has spearheaded something. This used to be the icon of Lagos in those days. And here, brand Lagos. How many people agree? The architecture of Lagos communicates brand Lagos. If you agree, yeah. If you don't agree, please let me see your hands up. You don't think that the architecture, present architecture of Lagos communicates brand Lagos? What is Lagos? Is it a tourist destination? Is it a business destination? Is it a medical destination? Is it an educational destination? Many of us, the Dangote refinery is being built, and it's the largest refinery in the world. There's nothing iconic about the Dangote refinery. Absolutely nothing. Today, even some of the best health facilities that we have in Lagos, we see that there's nothing connecting them with the communication of Lagos as a city. The best icon we have that is communicating Lagos is right now the Lekki Lake Bridge. Why don't we have more icons that can help us sell Lagos as a destination, either medical, either tourism? When we were young, we even used to go to the Bar Beach. I drove by Bar Beach. We can't even see the beach anymore. When we were young, we used to see. We used to just go by the beach. We can't even see the beach anymore. But I guess further down the road, there are the Elegushi Beach. But what kind of structure are we putting up that would help to sell Lagos as a destination and bring out the brand? Maybe the PS will help us before he leaves. We know you are not speaking for the government. So, what must architects do? First and foremost, architects must bring communication into the framework of their work. There are the soft and the hard issues, and I know you deal with the hard issues. Let me, even before I go forward, there's one building that is coming up and it seems to be iconic. That is the former PEC. Is that what it's called? PEC Theatre. Grandel Center. Grandel Center. Have you seen the sloping roof? It's iconic. And that can help sell Lagos State. Only last year, I believe, the house fella lived in the 50s or 60s was designated. What? You can help me. What? No, fella lived. No, in London. In the 50s was designated as a heritage building. Today, I'm not sure we have any heritage buildings in Lagos. There's the Ministry of Justice on Marina that a lot of people cut their teeth, including the likes of Otuba Shikobi. That was his first office when he came back from Lagos. When you look at the building, it has become decrepit. So, one, architects, NIA must bring communication into the mainstream of their work. Two, NIA must engage the Lagos State government to ensure that the buildings are not just functional, they also have to be aesthetic. So when you have a building at a junction, what approvals do you give that building? Because that building represents an icon. It communicates the city. It communicates where you're going. Nigeria, when you go to Murtala Mohammed International Airport, what message does it send to you? Hello? What message? Chaos. Chaos. Complete chaos. And we want to sell Lagos as a destination. I see that there's a building coming up before the airport. That's, I think it's a car park. Yeah, it's a car park. And somebody is going to build a car park that has no iconic value. And that is the approach to our city, Lagos, and many others. So, two, architects, you've got to engage government in the area of approvals. If there is a particular position, a corner piece, the end of the scale, you can't just build anything there. Lagos State, you must engage the architects and say to them, what do we want Lagos to communicate? And therefore work with them that you cannot approve a particular kind of building here. It must send a message out. A little bit of engagement can bring some of the things that bring to the Baja. It's not the Baja. Where's that place? Just a little bit of an addition. That place to be iconic. We must stop building only for function. We must build to communicate. We must build to serve Lagos. Finally, I see a few of my colleagues here who are communication people. I want to advise that the Nigerian Institute of Architects use them more. I've met Vincent, where's Vincent as officer, and then of course him. I want to advise that you engage the services of a professional. It doesn't have to be us, but you've got a lot of work to do so that you can help to communicate Lagos. Finally, I wonder why you people are listening. You are architects, and this guy who has a degree in history mistakenly found his way into public relations. He's talking and you are listening. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much. Please, very possible.
Thank you very much, sir. It always interests me to see people speak so passionately about Lagos. I was born in Lagos, I grew up in Lagos, and the passion with which we are all trying to make sure we see the Lagos of our dreams is quite encouraging. Please, another round of applause for him. Thank you very much, sir. So we'll have question and answer sessions. If you have a question, just write it down on a piece of paper and maybe pass it down to one of the ushers. But to coordinate that, we'd like to invite the chairman of session for today. He is a past chairman, Lagos State Chapter, and a fellow of the Institute. I'd like to welcome, and please give a round of applause for architect Tony Abraham.
Thank you so much. The way I felt after this talk is the way I would normally feel when the priest gives a very powerful homily. I think we should give him more wine. Yes. And he said that communication is like an injection. When it's in your pocket, it does nothing. When you bring it out, it does nothing. But when you inject it, it does a lot. I think we have received a very large dose of that injection today. So please, if you have any question, you need any further clarification, please, you can bring them up so that we can attend to them. Thank you. We have questions or comments?
Okay, questions, you can literally just raise your hands up, and I'm sure the chairman will call on you.
Okay, please. Do we have a microphone that we can give to her? You know the lights. I don't see the lights. Please tell us your name.
My name is Dada Alamutu. The president NIA, the other people on the high table. I think I want to stand on the existing protocol so I don't take too much of the time. Thank you very much, my dear Abu Yomi, for helping us to realize that there's a lot of connection between branding and architecture. And there's so much that can be done for Lagos, not just Lagos, but I believe in so many areas of our development. Much as we appreciate your own view, there's been an ongoing challenge in the process of branding of corporate organizations like the banks, the service providers, the other industrial giants. We have been sort of pushed aside. Oftentimes, the architect is brought in just to put the technical touch to the branding of these organizations. Now that you have come to visit us, I want to ask, in what ways can we continue this discussion, this engagement, so that we can collaborate to impact not just the iconic buildings, but the regular buildings? I'll give an example of, for instance, GT Bank. Fortunately, we had an architect involved. But in many others, the architect is not there. He is either not involved at all, or is brought in to certify, to package for purposes of approval. So going forward, I see there's an opportunity for the architects and brand professionals like yourselves to collaborate and improve our cities like Lagos and so many other opportunities that are. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I think we will take all the questions at a time, and the keynote speaker will respond to all of them at the same time. There is somebody at the far back who raised his hand. Please, can you ask a question or make a comment? Far back, on the right, no, far back, waving his hand. Please tell us your name and make your comment or ask a question.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Obina Adolphus. I'm popularly known as the Professor of Insurance. I like the last speaker, all protocols observed, last speaker when he was talking about communication and architecture. I sincerely think that the proper communication for Lagos State should be a very long road full of traffic and yellow buses. That is my opinion anyway, to communicate what Lagos truly represents. Now, about architecture and insurance. I just want to know how insurance comes in because, of course, we know we're in Nigeria and too many of our laws are being broken every day. It is appalling how many people die during construction, how many buildings are damaged, how many lives are lost, how many properties are gone because simple insurance policies like public liabilities, workman's compensation, and the likes are not bought by these construction companies or architectural bodies. I just wanted to ask or to know what this great body, Nigerian Institute of Architecture, is doing to ensure that insurance is carried along at their construction sites. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, there's somebody here. Please just stand up so that they can give you the mic. The mic is coming to you.
Good afternoon.
everyone. My name is Cheryl. I studied in the University of Lagos, and I have lived in Lagos almost all my life, and I have seen a lot of different styles of architecture that would appeal to investors. Right now, I market and sell real estate for a real estate company in Lagos. I had the person that spoke last talked about a style of architecture, and he used the term Brazilian to describe style of architecture. I want to just find out if there are other terms that can be used to describe styles of architecture, because I don't really know myself. I've heard about Gothic styles of architecture, Queen Anne style of architecture. I don't know if there are other terms that can be used to describe style of architecture.
Thank you so much. The gentleman right here is so please, can you please say that? Give his mic to him. He has the reason his son and I've been recognizing him. Please. Thank you. Please tell us your name and make your comment or ask your question.
Adele Luwatosin is my name. All cordially observed. I want to ask my question in this stand. What part are the architects doing to? I want to ask.
Can you speak up?
My question is, what part are the architects doing to communicate and preach structural, the role of a structural engineer in their drawings? Because I'm a civil structural engineer, and when I heard the word "what is Lagos," I felt I need to be here to listen to what architects want to say. And my question is, how are architects, making sure that the general public understand the usefulness of engaging it? Because everybody says, okay, I can just design and build and give it to just one artist design for me, and then you will instant. With subsequent, I'm happy to see subsequent news of judicial lapses in Lagos. It's high time for us as professionals to start preaching to clients and to the general public, communicating with designs that the usefulness of a structural engineer, you can't just achieve this design, this building design, standing just like that. You need a professional engineer to help you achieve this. Looking at the Burj Khalifa, looking at the Paris, looking at great structures all over the world. The significance of structural engineers cannot be overemphasized. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We will take one last question. Our security architects must make comments. We will take a question. I will take the past president's question. We will take the past president's comment, and the main security architect will run it on. So please, can you give us on them and make a comment or ask a question?
My name is I just want to ask a question is what are the communications between NIA and ACON?
Please put the mic to your mouth so that we can all hear you.
I said, what are the communications between NIA?
Give us a name before you ask your question.
My name is Fabiola Oluwamoyiwa Emmanuel. I said, what are the communications between NIA and ACON to contain all the work in the field?
Okay, thank you. I think somebody else will respond to that question on the KK sector. Let me call on the past president of the Nigerian Council of Architects. Architect, reading. Reading. Hello, ma'am. The import of the lecture
by the keynote addresses is branding. And for us to achieve branding, we need the city architect. You know, issues of nomenclature has been a problem. When you say you are looking for planning number, after says this is my own, that's not my own. But what we have said, if you have a commercial street, the street should portray business as a commercial street. If you have a cultural precinct, you should have an iconic item you can look at it, and it gives you part of the cultural identity of the city. Be it there, believe, where. So, my dear friend, this man is talking about branding, and we are happy that my friend over here is not representing God. What he is representing architecture, and it's a government civil servant. Can you take that message? Lagos is a city. Maybe not like Lagos. When they say, somebody can sit down, look at the visa, and say, when we enter the street, what are we communicating? And that is going to be boom. Forget about all this possible like there and there. We want to go to a place. Let me say something there. You get there. You know it. You've heard about it. Be there. You go there. If you see the edge treatment of flowers, you see the edge treatment of flowers. You go to the residential neighborhood, you see the children's playground. If you are in Madrid, you want to move your family to St. Because you're still where they can play, where you communicate with nature. And if you are talking about, it is also to be setting and the city of Lagos, that will make Lagos, Lagos.
Always matter. Finally, our ways to recap this comment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yomi, let me thank you most especially. Don't mind, I can call him John, because when we get home, Theo can tell him to kneel down on that basis. I can tell him and Theo to kneel down. But thank you very much. Very thought-provoking. And the question itself still remains to be answered. I'd like to say, I'll open my comments to this. You know, he said he's an evangelist, so I think I'll take that liberty. I can therefore quote from the scriptures. Jesus Christ was with his disciples one day, and then he put a question to them. He said, "Who do they say I am?" And they started answering. Then he then looked at them directly and said, "Who do you say I am?" What Lagosians are saying Lagos is very simple. For them, Lagos just simply represents opportunity. And opportunists typically only focus on what they want to grab and ignore down about the consequence of their actions as long as they achieve opportunity. So, a man coming from the countryside to Lagos is coming to Lagos with one single objective, and coming there to hammer. The man coming from Accra believes that when he gets to Lagos, he will hammer. The man coming from across our northern border, Lagos is the place to come and hammer. And therefore, any obstacle or nothing is sacred. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is sacrosanct. The fact is that nothing should stand in the way, and we push through and march over and crush over anything as long as down anything in the way unless there is a higher force that will restrain. And therefore goes back to our dear professional colleague here. The point is that Lagos must have an urban design policy. It goes beyond physical planning, it goes beyond zoning. The fact is that there are major thoroughfares and major places that provide visitors. And these must be under the control of, my brother president has mentioned it earlier, you must have a city architect. And he must be driving an urban design policy. Because without that, everything comes to a mess. There are a number of thoroughfares in the city of Lagos that right away has to come under a distinct control and policy framework. And a number of them you could mention. Ikorodu Road through Western Avenue. Ozubamba this way all the way to Lekki. Ahmadu Bello Way, Marina, Broad Street, Nnamdi Azikiwe. The Lagos International Airport Road, which is a big mess, it's a disaster. Gateway, you come in and the first thing you see is just a big mess. The other one, the other old airport roads, that's fallen now back actually with some attempts made there. We look at what attempt at doing something at branding Lagos was done by the immediate past governor when they did that Oshodi transportation in Indigene. It wasn't just a functional building, it was a building that was capable of communicating Lagos. But when the entire environment around it is a mess, then your icon sits on a long hill and is in fact part of the mess, rather than being so. What I'm simply saying here is that Lagos has to define itself, and it will start with a clear-cut urban design policy driven by architects and urban designers. Then you will begin to define what Lagos is. As of now, it is what people say Lagos is. And it's not what we say Lagos is. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will now pass the mic over to Mr. Yomi, manager of Kusoya, to respond to all the questions, except one. Thank you. The one that was talking about communication between NIA and ACOF.
I'm a member, I'm in communication. Okay, let me start with, permit me to start. I didn't take so many. Okay. Mr. Nana Buju says that architects have been pushed to the side. I'm going to answer you with the scripture. My favorite scripture. The kingdom of God suffering violence, and only the violence are taken by force. That is why I'm here. I have to take it. So when he invited me, despite the fact that I have a terribly busy schedule, I'm training completely the whole of tomorrow. I have to be here because what? I'm selling markets too. Sell your market. What value are you bringing to the table? Join the conversation. Okay, elections are coming. MIA, make a statement. Any governor that does not, who wants to run for Lagos and will not appoint a city, we will not vote for you. That's what the governor is saying, is coming out Friday. Tell him to his face, okay, we are extracting a promise from you today. We want you to appoint A, B, C, D. We want you to have a Lagos redevelopment policy. I don't see that. I don't want to see. So you don't. The only time you should not get involved is when you are not there. Why should we be talking about election in Lagos State? Mr. President, the next president of Nigeria must be able to assure you as architects that he will do the right thing. Join the conversation. Join the conversation. Obina, okay, you are young. You are young too. You are selling markets. But there's a way you must learn how to integrate what you want to the main topic of the day. Talk about communication, then slide it into insurance. That one that you did, it didn't work. Sharon asked what are the types of architecture. Somebody said Google is your friend. I will repeat that here. But you can see this, you can see a OBA learning, I'm sure you will. So what parts, then somebody asked what parts are structural engineers doing in architecture? Again, are you selling your value really? If you are selling, then you should be able to know. Relationship between NIA and I've been asked to leave to Mr. President, but I can tell you again, simply write yourself into the script. Write yourself into the script. Okay, let me give you an example. How many of us, our parents or our father and mother were lawyers or were lawyers? Remember in those days, the lawyer's card is what? Black and white. Because he said they shouldn't advertise. But today, law firms and prof will bear me witness. Mango and Igudalo has a communication department in their law firm. Adukwado Yebode has a branding department in their law firm. And most law firms have a branding or communication department. And they hire communication people like us to speak to them. The same way I'm speaking to you has spoken at the Nigerian Bar Association. Let me say what? Collectively and individually, architectural firms must engage the services of communication professionals to help them push their value. You can design, we can sell. It's a partnership made in heaven. I couldn't put it better, sir. In fact, you know, that's what I'm talking about. You know what? I'm a communication expert, but you're an architect. So you have brought in your professional knowledge to jam my professional knowledge, and we are creating fire. I think, sir, maybe we should join. We need city architects. Lagos, you cannot be a mega city in name only. Lagos, you are claiming to be a mega city. You are in name only. You lack a DNA. You lack communication. There's nothing. If you ask 10 people about Lagos, they tell you 10 different things. But I like what Architect Ladika said. He said, you didn't know that you've written a copy there. This is the city of possibilities. This is the city that you came on 9 bucks and you can drive back in Rolls Royce to your hometown. This is the city of opportunities. If you can't make it in Lagos, you can't make it anywhere else. It is the knowledge you make in Lagos that you take somewhere else. That's why they tell you that, what they say, how they say, that in Lagos, Boy Scouts, Lagos, mobile police in Ibadan. You know the perspective of people. You didn't hear that if someone who is a Boy Scout, member of the Boy Scout in Lagos, can easily be a mobile police in Ibadan. Because he has learned the tricks of the trade. This is the
city of possibility. Los Angeles says the city of angels. I've visited Los Angeles many times. I've never seen one angel before in my life. What is this city about? It is a city of opportunities. This is where you can make it in Nigeria. So sell your DNA. And once you agree with that, let me give you a little example. And I'm going to sign up now. We moved into a new office about 4 years ago. Unfortunately, I didn't put up picture. And I kept on looking at the building, just an ordinary building. And I kept on looking at the building and I said, this thing just complicated. So you know what we did? We had one long wall. It just occurred to me one day. And I broke the wall. And I put a window on it. And you know what I tagged the window? The window of opportunities. You know, everybody comes to the company now and they take a photograph in front of the window. I'm not an architect, but it occurred to me by just changing a wall and making it glass, I communicated much more than I've ever communicated. So if you see anything about CMC Connect now, you see people standing before that window and saying, guess what? I am part of this window of opportunity. What Lagos lacks is ownership. Nobody owns it. When I'm driving and I see people throw things out of the window, I stop them. And I say, if this is your house, would you throw things on the floor? Because I feel a keen sense of ownership with Lagos. Because Lagos is the state and the city that has made me what I am. And I will not allow anybody to come and mess it up. Government, wake up.
Thank you so much. So that is the end of the particular section. So I will now pass it on to the speech. So.
Thank you very much, the chairman of the session. We are still continuing. For now, we're going to have a goodwill message from our professional brothers. So I'll call on the president of NIQS to give us a goodwill message, and thereafter Tabula Ade to give us a goodwill message. And after that, we have just 10 minutes product information, and we'll be having the exhibition hall to be opened by the president of NIA and his wife, planned by the celebrity architect of the year, together with dignitaries. So after the goodwill message, product presentation, a photograph session of our dignitaries, and we open the exhibition, and Professor Sonny will be giving us his own input as the next speaker, Professor Sonny SAM. Everyone now moves to the exhibition and we continue thereof to Friday. Thank you. Goodwill message from the president of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The president and Nigerian Institute of Architects, my own brother, architect Benebo. Our host, the chairman of NIA Lagos, attended with Madikudumi. The members of the National Executive Council of NIA here present, the past presidents of the NIA here present, past chairmen and chairpersons of NIA Lagos chapter here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed delighted to be here amongst you, and I think Mr. Jogusoya has kicked the ball rolling, and I'm sure we're really going to have an interesting session here. When I got the invite and I saw the name, and I was wondering, what is he going to talk about? But for me, one of the reasons why I'm here is what he has highlighted. Having a collaboration between the communicators and the architects. Globally, the world now is collaboration. The era of somebody doing on his own is over. During the period of COVID, I had this very close friend. We were in several school together. He's an associate professor of psychiatry in one university in Canada. He kept calling me and he was asking me professional questions. Like, for instance, he wanted to be able to measure a distance of 3 meters or 1.8 meters to be able to determine how far he should be away from his clients so that he would not contact COVID. And they wanted to establish that. See, in the course of our conversation, was my plumbing system, he was talking about AC, and he was able to link the AC installation with the normal plumbing system. And then that was when it occurred to me that, look, for every project, for you to attain success, the real success, because I keep telling people, it is not about yourself alone. It's about what you are leaving for the users. Not only the users alone, but also visitors. Because most of us, maybe when we do design projects, when we work on projects, we only think about our clients. We don't look at the ultimate users as well as visitors to the building. So what he had just said, for me, and that's why I'm here, why I will always be at NIA function. I think there's need for all the professionals in the built environment to come together. Let us collaborate. There are a lot of things that are wrong with our industry. The government is not helping us. It's about time we come together, face government, and tell government we need to make our system work. And the only way the system can work is when we professionals, when we talk. But if we are busy fighting each other, we have all these professional rivalries, nothing. Basically, for me, nothing. At the end of the day, it's a society. And when the society loses, we also lose. Because we are all members and part of that society. So once again, I want to thank you sincerely for inviting me. The session, I'm sure, is going to be an enlightening one. Let me also recognize my brother, Professor Biola Soni. We used to be neighbors way back in the 90s, if I remember correctly. So, give my best to Shola and Jim, right? On this note, I wish everybody a happy dedication. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause, please. We'd like to call on the next person to give his own good message. That's the Chairman, Lagos State Appeals Committee, Town Planner, Ayo Adediru. A round of applause for him.
Thank you very much. In my own profession, we have national president. So I will call you the national president, Nigerian Institute of Architects. The chairman, Lagos State chapter, maybe I will call it the chapter. I don't want to take much of our time. I will adopt the already established protocol. But as a retired public servant, I may be given query because I have somebody there who mentored me when I was the bloody junior officer in the ministry. Mama, thank you very much. He was my permanent secretary then. And also, I have one of my colleagues here, also a retired permanent secretary, architect Bayo Kipe. And I can still be recalled because I'm on the reserve. I have another permanent secretary here. Sorry, because it's my constituency, and I have to acknowledge their presence. Notwithstanding, I want to say on a personal note, and as somebody who has been in the Council of Nigerian Institute of Town Planners for almost 2 decades, I've worked with architects across the board, and I discovered that even the foundation of the institute in Nigeria, your #1 architect happened to be our own #1 town planner. So there is always we meet, we communicate, and I've also had privilege or opportunities of working with the likes of architect Dada Alamusu under the leadership of Professor Mabowide, and he was a very thorough public servant, and you will know that she trained as an architect. Also, I want to say, without any contradiction, that I've learned a lot from the likes of the current chairman, Lagos State chapter of the NIA, architect Mayeku, and the young mama here, architect who happens to be a member of, yes, maybe I'm now talking officially as the chairman of the Lagos State Physical Planning and Building Control Appeals Committee. Physical Planning and Building Control Appeals Committee. Many of us may not also know that it is an opportunity. It's a window of opportunity taken from my brother for us to resolve conflicts that could arise from activities of physical planning and building control here and there, which we are seeing as alternative dispute resolution. The idea has been here all along since 1992. So Lagos State government wants to revive it in the law and establish the appeals committee, and we will want to let you know that it's not a department of government. It is a statutory body established by law. Unfortunately, governments also have some indirect activities. So I have been glued to my seat there. Actually, I was sitting at the back to be able to run away because I have a lot of pressure on me. But I couldn't, because I've gained a lot. I've lived a lot in the past because I've not been able to really participate. Last year, I sent a good witness, but was not physically present. The little time I spent here today has been a very, very educative session. So I want to thank the organizers. I want to thank the state chapter, and also the fact that this has come to stay, not for the architects, for the building industry, for the built environment professionals, and for all of us that have a stake in the common heritage of this what we call our city. And in that case, I will want to round up by saying that what was mentioned by our emeritus I'm currently working on some plans, city plans, call it master plan, call it city, whatever. We are suffering from the lack of giving the appropriate urban design perspective into our physical plan. In fact, before I left the office this morning, I had to probably, I brought a young architect who has flair for urban design, and we need it to give character to our cities. And you go to Balogun, you should know that you are in Balogun, and Balogun should give you the picture of what you want to do. And somebody mentioned Los Angeles had a privilege of being there. You want to go to the China area, to town, you want to go, even where they sell only jewelries, a lot of street stuff. We need to start thinking together, and we can't do it without what the last speaker said, collaborative effort. Thank you very much. I wish all of us a very successful deliberation here, and also I wish NIA that we continue to grow and grow more and prosper, but leading others to make our city livable. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. This is still the Lagos Architects Forum 13.0. This is Lagos. What is Lagos? We've learned today that Lagos is the city of possibilities. You can do anything in Lagos. So please don't go away. We're still ramping up to a lot of other things for you. We have other speakers such as Professor Biola Sani, SAN. We also have architect Theo Lawson, and there's also going to be the round table with the celebrity architects. So please sit tight. We'll soon be doing the rest of it. Going forward, we're going to have a quick product presentation by LG. Are they here? Okay, all right. A round of applause for LG. They're one of our partners on the program.
Good afternoon, everyone. All protocols to be observed. My name is Philip Chile. I'm from LG, Product Marketing Manager for Home Appliances Division. So I'll be giving us reasons why we can actually look at what Lagos is giving us and what LG is giving Lagos. Okay, as architects, we actually need products that can actually work with what we do. As architects, we mind space, we look at aesthetics, we look at the build-up of the whole building from the root source. So with LG, they are giving you products that are minded spaces. Sometimes you check our washing machines and dryers, they are stacked. They mind space. They don't actually take up space in your houses. And already, Lagos landlords, they actually cutting spaces in all kinds of buildings. So LG is actually adapting to, what will work in Lagos. So we're giving you space. We also will give you aesthetics. If you check out our products, they're all looking dark, like sweet products. The designs, the round, so many options, opportunities with LG. And there are so many windows of opportunities for us to be here. Because when you come to our stand at stand 69, they're going to give you so many, let's come with discounts. When you come here, you come to our stand, we'll give you discount for each of the products you see in our stand. So today, we are also telling you to come to our stand at stand 69 to come and experience LG. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was very good. Anyway, we have our next product presentation by AFP, sister company to Julius Berger. I believe they're around right now. And I just want to make a quick comment in respect to branding of Lagos. We have to find out exactly how do we want to brand Lagos. An artificial city like Dubai, or a historical city like Cuba. Those things will have to be put into consideration when we're branding Lagos. AFP, please. Also, I want to make this comment. In Lagos, I've been in Lagos for about 20 plus years, and I realized that once a area develops, other presidents come along. How do you handle that? I was talking to a couple of days ago that by the time they complete a co-combat activity, what will become of Victoria Island? Because we have this mentality of most people living on the mainland felt their status symbol rising when you go to the island. They now find out they start saying, where do you live when you go to the island? Status symbol. Does it actually help? No. So these are other factors that should be taken into consideration. So you have please. Oh, this presentation.
Those are the photo session now. Thereafter, the president and my wife with the celebrity architect here will lead us through the exhibition. And we have a new series, a lecture, which is for all. That is the senior, and just me all the way up the exhibition. So we only have just about 15 minutes we're going around the exhibition, we move up to the gallery, where we're going to listen to Professor Sonny SEN and other speakers. And every event now takes over there from today to Friday. Thank you very much. The photo session now, can the fellows in the house, architect Mrs. Alamotu, architect